All right, so we took a look at what happens when you do multiplication division, and then what happens when you do addition and subtraction. But oftentimes you're going to have to do a combination of the two. So what do you do when you have combinations of different types of operations? And so the key here is to do it step by step. And keep track of your sig figs / your uncertain digit. And then remember, round only at the end. So let's take a look at what that means. So here we'll have 1.583 times in parentheses 10.57 minus 7.4, right? So we're going to do each one of these operations step by step. And then we're going to try to keep track of our sig figs. According to your algebra rules, you're going to do this subtraction here first. And so then when you type that into your calculator, you will get the answer of 3.17. If we think about this is a subtraction type of thing, and this 4 is our least precise uncertain digit, which means that this number right here is our least precise uncertain digit. So if we were done with all the math, we would say that this value is 3.2. We're not done, so we're not going to do not going to do any rounding just yet. And so then we continue on with our math, right, while keeping track of our uncertain digit. Good way to do this is to underline it, right? So then we multiply this by 1.583. And then we go ahead, type that into our calculator. We get 5.01811. And then we think about what we have here. On this left side right here, pick a different color. We have 4 sig figs. On this right side right here, because the uncertain digit is in the tenths place, we have only 2 sig figs, which means that our answer must be rounded to 2 sig figs. So that's that 0 right there. So it'll be 5.0 as your final answer, right? So you have to take it step by step and then do all your rounding at the end. Let's take a look at another example. So here we'll have 6.78 times 5.204 times 6.479 minus 5.05. Let's go ahead and take a look at these operations. So on this left side here, we'll do this multiplication here. If you type that in your calculator, you get 35.28312. And then you think about what your uncertain digit is. This one right here only has 3 sig figs. So your answer can only have 3 sig figs. So that 2 is your uncertain digit. Over here on this right side, we're going to do subtraction. If you type that in your calculator, you get 1.429. If you think about what your uncertain digit is, it's this 5, which is in the hundredths place. So this 2 is your uncertain digit. And then finally, we're going to multiply these two numbers together. In this case, both of these numbers have 3 sig figs. So our answer will have 3 sig figs. So if you type in your calculator, you get 50.419578848. And then we're going to round that to 3 sig figs. So this will become 50.4 as our final answer. Again, this can be very tricky when it's brand new and it's not very intuitive for a lot of people. So you got to practice. Let's do one more. We got 55.2 plus 48.5 times 1000.00. We're going to go ahead and do this operation first. If you type that in our calculator, we get 103.7. If we think about where our uncertain digit is, both of them have the digit in the tenths place. So that 7 is our uncertain digit. And then we're going to multiply this by our 1000.00, which has zeros to the right of the decimal. So they're all sig figs. So this one over here has 6 sig figs. This one over here has 4 sig figs, and we're doing a multiplication. So we want to have the least number of sig figs. So 48555.2 is what your calculator is going to tell you. And then we need to go and round to the fourth sig fig, which is that 5 right there. So this becomes 48560, right? You can see that number at the end. only has 4 sig figs. Note that when you're doing operations, this final answer has 4 sig figs. None of our inputs had 4 sig figs, right? So it can get a little bit tricky. Just do it step by step and you'll get to the right answer. And of course, the key is practice.